His name was David Labson, and he planned to be a doctor. After his first dissection, he knew he wasn't cut out for it. David would take a new road, and he didn't care about speed bumps. Forever on the fast track, David started his first company in 1972, Health Industries Research, and introduced to the world of pharma Focus, an innovative model that measured the true impact of communications.
Before Dave invented the focus study, it was primarily circulation. And circulation is not readership. Readership is readership. So David raised it to a different level.
Other studies asked questions involving the percentage of reading. Dave didn't think that's how the normal reader thought. He thought in terms of language like, do you read an issue cover to cover? Do you read the table of contents?
What the focus readership study did was explain how doctors read different journals and what the probability of ad exposure was.
It was a blind date. At the time, he was at the Sloan School at MIT getting an MBA, and I was a junior at Tufts. There was sort of I would say there was, an instant chemistry and all that, and we were from very different cultures. When I first went down to visit him in Roanoke, Virginia, which is where he grew up, and I said to him, I can't believe that I'm coming down to see someone in a place like this. And he said, do you think that I expected to be interested in a girl from Brooklyn?
I was brand new to sales and marketing, and we walked into the lobby, and it was filled with the usual vendors and media salespeople. He knew everybody. It was pretty impressive. As it turned out, it was true in every building or every lobby we walked into. He knew everybody everywhere.
David not only innovated, he was an enthusiastic mentor and coach.
Dave was a mentor to many publishers because he took the time to explain the research, what it could do for you, and what it could do for your clients.
Here was someone who knew so much about the industry that I could learn from. He was someone that, would offer guidance, career counseling.
Like any good coach, David always carried a clipboard.
David loved basketball. He loved to go to professional basketball games. He began to coach a 7th grade boys travel team when our son was in 7th grade. He came back from one business trip and he was just thrilled beyond belief. And I said, what happened? He said he met Bill Walton at the airport, and he told Bill Walton about his 7th grade team, and he pulls out like some napkins. Bill Walton gave him some training tips for the team, some plays they could practice, and he was thrilled beyond belief. I'm standing there thinking, this man is incredible. Anyway, that was David.
Always reaching higher, David would join forces to take focus one step further.
One of the interesting things that happened in the 1980s was that actually Dave Labson's readership study was combined with Dave Gideon's PERC data delivery system so that you actually had readership that could be turned into reach and frequency and other additional metrics, which made it an incredibly powerful tool.
Most of us met the computer in the workforce in the mid-'80s or something like that. But here he was 5 or 6 years before that, was, the early stages of bringing the computer to the workforce.
He was the first media researcher who made his data available to ad agencies. They were the ones who were doing the media analysis. And he had this bottle green Jaguar, which when he bought, he absolutely loved it. It was a beautiful car, leather interior, etc. But he had so much trouble with it. He was just constantly fighting with the dealer, and it was leaking and things were breaking. He called me up once from LaGuardia, and he said, how'd the trip go? And he said, pretty good. I think I've, got the contract signed, et cetera, et cetera. And he says, I got more good news. He says, my car's been stolen. It's the happiest day of my life. He says, I went out and bought a Buick.
Even though David passed away in 1990 at the young age of 50, his groundbreaking contributions to media and marketing still endure. In the end, he helped the advertising industry reach doctors in a new, more powerful way.
In a way, he created a new standard in the marketplace, and I think people should remember him for that he created something which didn't exist, and it became a standard of the industry. So it's the gold standard.
When I think of Dave, I always think of Dave smiling. I just always remember Dave either laughing or smiling.